Hey, what is going on, guys? So here is my completed build of the HG Try Burning Gundam, and once again, if you guys didn't see the work in progress video for this was for a commission, and so basically what I did is just paint it in the style of Bruce Lee's famous yellow tracksuit, and that was, again, just according to what the client wanted for this specific commission. So he wanted it basically just to be like all yellow, with the black striping on it, of course, just to match the tracksuits, and he wanted it in this specific pose and with all the flame parts except for the flame parts on the back. So that's what I did, and then it was my suggestion to also, rather than just make it one solid yellow color, to add a little bit of separation in there by adding the secondary color, the slightly more orangish color there around for like basically the parts that were originally red and blue on the original kit. I made into the just kind of orangish color. And also just a little bit of gold for the parts that were originally yellow on the kit. So the V-fin and the part on the chest, which makes up the top of the chest and also the chest vents, that part is now gold as well. And then for the inner frame, painted that in a kind of silvery gunmetal kind of color, which I think came out really nice. So it wasn't any modification done to this kit at all, except for a little bit of seam line removal. And that was, pretty simple. Again, if you saw the work in progress video, there's just a little bit of that to be done. And then I had the idea to put it up on this base with the Chinese character there for Dragon, the Chinese character that's used in Bruce Lee's name, and just obviously the whole dragon thing with Bruce Lee and his films and everything. So seemed to fit, and I thought that would be a cool idea for something to do on the base there. So just basically cut that out of plot plate, cut it down, sanded it down, painted it, glued it onto there, and it was as simple as that. So it was a simple little thing to do that I think ended up being pretty cool addition there for the base, rather than just being just a piece of wood. It was a nice little just addition, I think. So I just used a brass rod to mount it up onto there into its kicking pose there like that, again just as was requested by the client for this. And so overall the project I think came out pretty well, actually. It was a very unique request, and so I wasn't exactly sure how it was going to turn out, if it was going to end up, looking really cool or not, but I think it ended up looking pretty cool. And it was kind of fun for me to do something so out of the ordinary, what I would have just done for my own personal project. I never would have thought to do something like this, but it's always fun to do something a little bit different. So as far as like the detailing and stuff on this, there was a little bit of detail painting, a little bit of panel lining to be done on this kit, but not really a whole lot. Really doesn't have a ton of panel lines, with it just being a simple HG. And then the client didn't want any decals on it, so just skipped over that process, except for the decals of the striping, of course. Now, I was really happy that I did those by decal too. There was basically two options. I could have done it by decal or by masking. Masking wouldn't have been that hard because it's just black stripes down the center of the parts, but doing that with decals was definitely a lot easier than masking, so didn't have to worry about messing up the masking at all, and didn't have to worry about cutting tape and forming that mask to fit over some bumps and odd areas going across like the arms and legs there. Doing that by decal instead, it was very easy just to lay it on there and just lay some Mark Softer on there, just melted right down to the surface, and it was all good. So that process was actually quite simple. The problem that I actually had at first when I was first doing that was just getting the decals. I didn't have any decals quite like that on hand, and I couldn't find any through like my normal sources where I would look for decals. And what I ended up having to do, I asked my wife to help me look around on some different Korean like auction sites and stuff for just some different mecha model decals or something like that, some sort of modeling decals that would have stripes like that. And what we ended up finding was actually some waterslide decals that are meant actually for nail art. So they also use waterslide decals, and they're pretty much exactly the same as what we use for models. So those ended up just being just waterslide decals meant for nail art that worked perfectly well for this as well. So those worked well, and everything came together pretty cool. And really that kind of just about covers it. So I don't know if you guys have any other further questions or comments about the build or the painting process or anything, then just feel free to let me know down in the comment section there, or let me know what you think about it. Is it cool, interesting? I mean, does it come across? Is it like obviously a Bruce Lee custom? And actually, a couple people pointed out to me as I was showing this around to a couple friends and to the guys in my Discord server first before you guys are seeing it now, is that when you're looking at the kit from the front, you actually can't see a lot of the black striping on there, which kind of gives away the iconic look of what this is supposed to be, that famous yellow tracksuit, whereas when you're looking at this from the front, that's not really very visible or noticeable. So I wonder, you know, if that, I mean, I think it still does what it's supposed to do, but did you guys also notice that point or not? Let me know down in the comment section below. I mean, but you're seeing it moving around, so you're able to see all the black striping and whatever, but just, yeah, admittedly from the front you can't really see a whole lot of that, so it just kind of depends on the angle you're looking at the kit. But anyway, it's just something that happens when you have something that's mounted in a fixed position. You have to kind of, I guess, take into account which way people are going to be looking at the kit if you want to show off certain details of it or something. So that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you for checking it out. I've got my real grade Sazabi, which is also almost about done, so I should be able to show that to you for another finished, completed, custom painted build to show that to you pretty soon. And then a couple other things that I'm working on that are pretty cool as well. So stay tuned for more in the very near future. And as always, guys, hope you're having a great day, staying safe and staying inside and away from other people, washing your hands and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.